Hey everybody, welcome to the new year with Create Calm. I'm Jean McDonald and this is Lisa Danahy, the owner of Create Calm. And I asked Lisa for this particular topic because this is a topic near and dear to my heart, affirmations. And I was hoping she could talk about why we want to include them in our classes and maybe show us how she includes them in her classes. So I'm thinking of one thing in particular. So off the top of your head, what do you want to talk about affirmations?
Um, Thoughts become things. Um, and I feel that very often we get ourselves into self talk that is really negative and really perpetuates limiting beliefs. And affirmations are a really concrete way to make slow steps towards shifting our beliefs about ourselves, our beliefs about each other, and our beliefs about our experiences. And when we start with the words and attach them to movements, the affirmations are more quickly integrated into our experience and can start to make those shifts. And I know you're a big user of affirmations. I'd love to hear some of how affirmations have worked for you.
Yes, I believe that they've made my past 20 years more joyful and more meaningful. So I use them actually a lot, like daily, hourly almost. But I wanted to mention something that you said that resonated with me because I often teach the elementary kids that I teach. I teach them about affirmations and I say to them, that voice inside your head, that is a very super strong voice. And if it's negative, you're going to believe it more than you believe people on the outside. So I try to tell them that that's a super strong voice and they need to pay attention to what they're saying to themselves because I think people just take it as truth when they hear
Right.
things in themselves.
And affirmations give us an opportunity to script that voice, to give it something to hold on to start to shift and believe in it. And so many of us have self-confidence challenges, and so many of us have self-deprecating behavior, and it's to say I'm just going to stop being mean to myself. That's really hard to do, but if we can say one little thing, I am okay, or I am strong, or I am brave, um, those are the types of things that we can say and start working in over and over. And what's so powerful about using them in yoga is that when you set that action and words and breath to into motion together, you really plant them. And then you can sometimes go into that same movement and you already hear the affirmation playing
Yeah.
and you've already got that going. So
Yes, and I find that when I do use them in classes, especially with preschoolers, they get very attached to them. They love to do them. They feel really yummy to them. And they can say them with a certain sort of conviction that older kids can't. So
yes.
it's really fun to do.
Well, and I know for myself, when I have doubt or fear, when I'm not connected to the outside, sometimes that affirmation is all I have to keep steady and to remember that I am okay. Um,
Absolutely. I
so I
love
think
that. Will
that's
you
why it
show
resonates.
us something you do in class?
I would love to. So my favorite way of engaging affirmations is with a really big and strong yoga pose. We can certainly do it in meditations. I know a lot of people do meditations often with affirmations, but the less common way is to use it in the heat of the moment. And that's really what it's all about. When we talk about taking yoga off the mat, we talk about finding ways to do the yoga in our regular day. And this is one of those things where if we can practice at holding an affirmation in a challenging yoga pose, we can practice using that affirmation in the challenge of real life. So, so let's do it. All right. So find a spot, and wherever your spot is, make sure you have some room to move. Excellent. All right. Now, I'm going to go a little bit sideways so you can watch me. We're actually going to take on a pose just like this. So you're going to stand in a place where you can start with your feet together and step one foot way back. And you want your legs wide enough apart that you can balance and plant that back heel. So there's about a 30-degree turn in that back foot, and bend your front knee. Then hold your hands out in front of you and point your thumbs up and curl your fingers in. And then imagine you're pulling back on a bow. Yeah, double thumbs up. Pull the outside arm back so that the knuckles go into your armpit like you're holding a bow. And start to imagine you're a warrior or a hunter or a god or a goddess of love. You're getting ready to shoot Cupid's arrow. Holding back here, press down into your feet and at the same time feel really tall. Now take a breath in, and when you breathe out, make the sound. Yeah, and do that again. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out. Kind of let your body sink down. Do that one more time. Nice. Now that you're situated in your pose and you're holding it strong, I want you to look at that front thumb. Look out beyond that thumb. And I want you to repeat after me. I am brave.
I am brave.
I am smart.
I am smart.
I am strong.
I am strong.
Awesome. Now open those arms up. Take a big breath in, and when you breathe out, bring your hands together and pull that back heel up and bring that back leg forward. Now, let's pause here for a moment and let's do the other side. Step the other leg back. This side may feel totally different. Plant that foot 30 degrees and bend that front knee. Take your arms out in front, give yourself 2 thumbs up, curl your fingers into your palms, and then pull back on that bow and say, shh. Good. Sink down with each breath out. One more time. Now, as you sink into this pose, repeat after me. I am brave.
I am brave.
I am smart.
I am smart.
I am strong.
I am strong.
Now we're going to do it one more time, and I want you to feel it in your body. I want you to know it in your heart and in your mind. I am brave.
I am brave.
I am smart.
I am smart.
I am strong.
I am strong.
Now open up your arms, bend your elbows, curl your fists up towards the sky, and feel your strength. Take a breath in, and when you breathe out, step your feet back together, bring your hands in front of your heart. Take a big breath in through your nose and say, ah. And notice how you feel.
I love doing that one with kids. I stole it straight from you because they just love to repeat those words and it feels good. And I'm always coaching them like strong, really strong, say it. And they like to do that. It's fun.
Well, and whether you're a kid or an adult, it feels really good to know your strength, to remember what you are and who you are, and that you're okay.
Yeah, and I think that the most fun is when they say it out loud together because it can get a certain sort of power.
Yeah, you can feel it and you start to believe it. You know, one time we were doing a meditation, one of our favorite meditations, I am happy, I am good, which is an affirmation. And one of the little kids says, I can't do it right now. That's not how I feel. And I said, well, what if you say it and let yourself feel it right there? And he did. And that's exactly what happened. He said, it worked. It worked. And I said, it's you. You just chose to feel it. And you can always go back to not feeling happy and good. Mm-hmm. You can bring it in or out however you want.
I love that rhyme, and lots of, we use it in every class almost, and children love it. And this is an interesting part for me, I've noticed. Some children really click into the moving of the yoga, and some don't right away and don't some days. But some of those kids are also the same kids who totally click into I am happy and really get into it. So it's fascinating to me that our classes have a mixture of things that will draw them in at different times and different kids. So
Yeah, and you can have a child who watches through the whole yoga class and you're not sure if there's a connection, and then you hear from their parents that they've been doing the whole thing or sharing an affirmation at home, so you know it matters.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that
That's
part.
that's why we never worry about what it looks like. It's what it feels like.
Right.
And affirmations help us to to know that we have the control over how we feel.
I love that. And that is the absolute truth. And thank you so much for sharing that with us today.
Well, happy New Year. I hope it's a great one full of wonderful positive affirmations.
Thank you.